And joining us tonight, Sebastian Gorka, host of the Salem radio broadcast America First, author, former strategist to the president, and his new book is The War for America's Soul. Seb, good to have you with us, and let's start with the fact that President Obama would fight to stop Bernie Sanders from becoming the nominee. That's quite a development.
Not only that, he still refuses, Lou, to endorse his former vice president, which is quite embarrassing for Joe Biden. If you add that to the figures we see now, that even independents are more anti-impeachment than they are pro-impeachment. If you look at the facts that we have Democrat congresswomen saying, you know what, this impeachment, not a good idea. Perhaps we should just have some kind of censure. This party is in a mess. It's in trouble, and that's a good thing, because this isn't the Democrat Party of your father or your grandfather. The Scoop Jackson Democrats, the JFK Democrats, they've been excised and they've been replaced by extremists like Ocasio-Cortez.
And Michael Bloomberg now joins the race. He's running against, he thinks, Donald Trump. The problem for him is he's still got a primary to go through, and he is buying it. And by the way, why not? I mean, he's got President Obama acknowledging that he would do whatever's necessary to stop Bernie Sanders. The Democratic Party has had a bad recent record about integrity in selecting their nominee.
What an indictment of the current slate of nominees, that a man who's wasted more than $100 million on other Democrat candidates thinks they're such a bunch of losers that now he's going to step in himself. But at the end of the day, I guess he didn't learn anything from Hillary in 2016. It doesn't matter how much money you have, money can't buy you love. Hillary Clinton spent $1.4 billion on her campaign. She outspent us 2-1, and guess what happened? Donald Trump won.
Donald Trump won and will win again, it looks like, going away. The Bloomberg Union, by the way, asking the company to take back the decision not to investigate Michael Bloomberg. They feel compromised by Mike in saying that he would not investigate through his media company any of the other Democrats, just, I guess, President Trump. Outrageous statement for Bloomberg to make.
But all it does, Lou, is it reinforces everything the president has said about the fake news industrial complex. Think about it. This is a media organ that says we're going to simply focus on the president, not the guy who created our company. That's the definition of fake news. Yet again, the president is right.
And the president is also right about the radical Dems pursuing the impeachment inquiry, so-called. Going to the Judiciary Committee with their so-called inquiry next week, and Gerald Nadler, who hates the president, can't even find witnesses. Instead, they've scheduled a hearing without anyone with any knowledge of anything. They're apparently just scholars or some such. Your thoughts?
I think it's more of the same. Remember, we listened to weeks of testimony from so-called star witnesses who said they had a feeling, they had a presumption that something was illegitimate or illegal. You can't charge somebody with somebody else's presumption. We're going to see more circus, more theater of the absurd. All of this impeachment is about one thing. Donald Trump committed a crime, Lou. It was defeating Hillary Clinton. That's the only crime he's committed, and they will never forgive him for it.
You know, we talk about forgive him, they don't like him, they can't get over it. And, you know, the American people, poll after poll right now is showing they really don't care what the radical dim daffodils can get over or can't, because they are simply attempting to subvert the president of the United States. This president has said it straightforwardly. He is working hard. He's a historic president. He is accomplishing more than any other president in 3 years' time, and the Democrats are doing nothing but attempting to overthrow the will of the people and the candidate they elected to be president. It's outrageous.
No, it's un-American is what it is. I think Steve Bannon popularized the term the nullification process. This is not just about trying to nullify 2016. Lou, this is about stealing the next election. The impeachment of a president is the second greatest power Capitol Hill has after a declaration of war, and these people have turned it into a partisan weapon against the most successful president since at least 1969, and potentially, if he gets a second term, he will be the most successful president since World War II, and that's just a statement of fact.
Yeah, I think right now he's already the greatest president, and if you look at any other president, what they were able to accomplish in 3 years without a Congress, without the help of their own conference, their own party.
Indeed.
It's extraordinary. Sebastian Gorka, good to see you. Thanks for being with us.